Welcome back to Frontier Bobs, an actual play RPG played in the acid western role-playing game Frontier Scum by Carl Druid.
Hi, I'm Shubert. I'll be playing Billy Bigtoes Tamburino, wanted dead or alive for wanton loitering.
Hi, I'm Cristina, and I'm playing Mariposa Dela Cruz Rosales, also known as Smiley, and I got attempted grave robber to my name.
Yippee! I'm Dan, and I'm playing Archie Elseworth. I'm wanted dead for attempted picketing.
I'm Shaun, your game marshal. And if you like what you hear, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and check out our Patreon at www.patreon.com/thehouseofbob. Last time on Frontier Bobs, the outlaws investigate the sandy mesa gully beneath the Great Sandstone Arch. They expected to find a secret route to a hidden railway. Instead, they came across men carting dead bodies in wheelbarrows, talking trash about the lack of quality in their indentured workers. Mariposa and Archie ambushed the slavers, quickly killing one before a second drew a strange automatic pistol. Archie was terribly wounded, and the remaining slavers fled into the dark. Kildred and Billy pursued the man on horseback, but to a dark end. Kildred has been killed. The slaver has escaped. And now Billy sits alone in the dark, cradling the body of the brave casual murderer, Kildred Sprains. What's Billy thinking right now?
Yeah, Billy suddenly realizes that he's kind of alone out here and surrounded, in unfamiliar territory. This is pretty terrifying. His friend just died, and even their hat wasn't enough to save them, which is very terrifying existential thought. I think Billy is thinking, I gotta get back with the crew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there hasn't been many alternate pathways here. You're in a sort of a slot canyon with one sort of main route.
Yeah.
So it's just go back the way you came.
Yeah, I'm not going to keep pursuing alone. So, yeah, I'm just going to...
Did the guy escape? I can't remember.
He did. He got away.
Shoot.
Yep.
Can I get Kildred's body and saddle it up on his horse?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we'll all ride off back to where we came from.
You'll start heading back.
Yes.
All right. It doesn't take you that long to meet up with them. Mariposa and Archie were headed in your direction anyways, is from what I remember. So before long, your four horses meet in a slot canyon.
Yeah. I'm slumped against the rock wall, chain smoking cigarettes.
It's in a bad way.
Well, we ride up and, you see that Kildred's body just slumped over
Oh, dear.
their horse.
God.
And, Billy rides up and just doesn't say a thing, just gets off his horse. And he's like, this could have gone better.
Yes.
Shoot.
I mean, I'll take responsibility for this one, guys. It was a bad idea. But I think we can all agree that if Archie hadn't got shot, things would have gone much better.
That's true.
You didn't see his pistol. That thing was firing at a rate you wouldn't understand.
Oh no, we saw something similar. So we should head back. Find the rest of the gang, I reckon.
Yeah.
So you have one of those now, though, don't you?
I do have an automatic pistol now.
Crazy.
So it's got slightly different ammunition, you've noticed. So you've got kind of one clip, essentially. If you roll a 1 on damage, you will run out of bullets.
Okay.
Till you are able to find more, or
Till I kill another man.
Till you kill another man. Yeah, perhaps.
All right, let's haul ass. We'll get back to our wagons and stuff.
Okay.
Where are the majority of the gang? Are they with...
They were parked outside, like 20 minutes away, I think, or something.
Some of the bandits that were with you came with Billy and Kildred. Once you heard the gunshots, you'd left one of the bandits with Beatrice and your prisoners.
We should go check on Beatrice.
Every time we leave someone alone with something, they usually end up escaping or murdered or... All right, let's go back. Let's see what kind of chaos happened while we were gone.
Yeah, good idea.
You begin to return back to the archway, Kildred's body strapped to his saddle. Takes you about 10 minutes on horseback. You get back to where you had left everyone, and there's this like knot in your gut as you're coming around the corner. So much has gone wrong, and you're worried now. You're thinking you left Beatrice alone with McCarty. Is he going to pull one of his tricks? Will you come around the corner? And that knot releases as you see everyone just where you left them. Beatrice, the other bandit guy, Ingo McCarty, and his other henchmen still tied up where you'd left them. The sacks still on their heads.
You.
Thank God.
All right, well, time to get up, McCarty, and whatever your name is.
My name's Bill.
Well, you got some digging to do.
Oh, no.
We got to bury our friend.
You give them tools and have them do it?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
We need a little break.
Okay.
You need a rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need a rest. So,
Well, I'm only down 1 hit point out of, but it's because I only have 3. So
that'll do it.
I'm almost alive.
So, healing up, you'll heal 2 hit points for just getting some sleep.
Okay.
You've already had your short rest with their smokes, so that's basically the best way you're going to get healed now. And it goes for everybody. When you sleep, you get 2 hit points.
Nice.
Somehow I didn't get hit.
You pass a pickaxe and a shovel to McCarty, and they begin to dig. There's lots of sandy areas out here, so it doesn't take an enormous amount of time. And before morning rolls around, they're ready for the body to be laid to rest.
All right. Let's do this.
Time for another funeral service.
Yeah, I feel like you found us at a funeral.
Seems to be a common theme with this crew.
Everywhere you go, Billy, death follows.
Yeah.
Yep, death never followed me until you showed up, Billy. I kind of glare at you.
Maybe we should have dug 2 holes.
Well, I wasn't the one that was almost dead, so maybe, I was thinking maybe we should dig a hole for you, but you seem better, so.
I'm getting there. Sorry, I'm just mad.
It's understandable.
All right.
Well, let's lay Kildred to rest.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about Kildred. I heard their final words, but
Oh, yeah. What did he say?
What did he say?
well, I wrote them down just in case I forgot. I don't have the best memory sometimes, but
With this show off.
told me to go find a fella named Roberto and tell Roberto that it was just an accident. Kildred was just spinning some pistols because he wanted to, sorry, it's hard to read my own writing. He didn't mean to kill the kid.
What the hell?
Or no, he did mean to kill. I'm a little bit confused because I wrote a question mark, so.
So you're telling me Kildred was a kid killer?
Yeah, he killed a kid, and I guess he wanted to tell Black Guy something that he, loved killing kids or loved Black Guy, or. I'm a little bit, confused, but.
All right,
yeah,
well.
maybe you guys knew Kildred.
I'll sum it up. Kildred loved killing kids.
Okay.
Yeah, we all take our hats off.
and fuck Black Guy. Got it.
Well,
All
I don't
right.
want to speak ill of the dead, so we'll just leave it at that.
There's one thing I knew about Kildred. They dreaded being killed.
Yeah, despite his name, he did not like dying.
Yeah. No, he didn't. He didn't. He wasn't loving that.
Now, I'll miss Kildred. He was good people, even if he was a kid killer.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, as they say.
Do you guys happen to know this Roberto fella? Maybe we should find him.
Nah, dude.
I don't know how we're going to find him. I don't even know where Kildred was from.
Oh, boy. Well,
You might be surprised, but we actually all only met like 4 days ago.
No, we've been traveling for weeks.
How long has it been?
Been a couple weeks.
Well, still.
A week or so, 10 days, something like that.
We were not much for small talk.
Beatrice throws some sand onto the top of Kildred's body in the hole.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful, Beatrice.
Is that special sand?
Oh, yes. In fact, if we pile enough sand on top of him, we won't decompose. Instead, he will become sort of mummified by the compression of the sand and the absence of moisture.
Whoa.
I don't know if I like that.
And that's good.
Well, it's just interesting, really.
That is interesting.
That is interesting.
It might even be true.
Thank you, Beatrice.
I mean, it's totally possible to trick us. So.
I can tell you two were close.
From the back of the group, you hear throat being cleared. I would like to say a few words.
Oh, all right.
I've only known Kildred's brains for a couple of days, but he was a worthy adversary. When I first met him, it was because he was lost and I gave him directions.
Oh, yeah.
And then I gave him a job, which he failed to do. And then you all chased me down. And he points at Mariposa, and you hit me over the back of the head with something. But now I have dug this man's grave. And in my culture, that is grounds for the release of a prisoner. To honor the dead. And allow new life to flourish.
You are so full of shit.
My eyes
My
are like
goodness.
crying. I'm like, you're so right.
Mariposa, no, don't listen to him.
Well, the thing is, I let one of the other prisoners go. Not him. There's still two other guys.
That's not canon, by the way.
Be free. And I push him into the desert with nothing.
Take his boots. And
Yeah.
Give him a death sentence, yeah.
But wait, I meant me.
Oh, no, you're too precious to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need
And I
you.
tie him back up.
You're too good at digging holes.
Yeah. That's
All
what
right.
Kildred told us. Don't you ever let McCarty go.
Well, if it was his last wishes, I understand.
It was a wish.
So you have laid Kildred to rest. A couple of you had said some nice words.
Just not right now.
At some point, some of you said some things that honored the passing of your friend.
Yeah.
It's morning time.
Mm.
Oh, I'm mourning all right.
What do you do?
First, I'm going to use my spyglass to double check the horizon to see if anyone's coming towards us.
You scan the horizon and you see no one.
That's actually kind of scary.
Like, were we leaving like clear tracks back to us?
There's really only one path to where you...
Mm-hmm.
Where
And you
you've
were
been.
bleeding everywhere.
That too.
Yeah.
Mm.
We're not in a good spot. We should definitely move.
I concur.
What do you folks think we ought to do?
Is there a way around to the other side?
You're not sure. From what McCarty told you, this was the path to the railroad.
This is the one he knows of anyway.
Mm.
Yeah. But no one's come to pursue you. You haven't had any sudden appearances of anybody through that pathway or over the cliffs. So,
Well, hell.
So, does my character know anything about automatic guns?
I would say you know that they exist.
They're
You know that-
valuable.
You know that they're valuable,
Yeah.
but they can be... the technologies at this point, because it's still kind of a new technology,
Mhm.
they are prone to failure.
Right.
What are the stats for this thing?
We haven't seen that yet, but yeah.
It's 2d4 damage.
Oh, dang.
And is it like armor piercing or whatever? It seems like it.
It's 2d4 exploding.
Oh, exploding.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that means you
Nice.
have 2 die that could potentially explode every time you're rolling.
That's
That's
crazy.
really good.
That is very good.
I'm looking at this thing like it's magic.
Billy Bigtoes definitely sees a business opportunity if we can steal all these guys' automatic weapons and sell them back to somebody.
Stealing's a tricky thing. It's more like killing. The only way we're getting them is by killing.
Yeah. But we need to catch them unawares so they're not anywhere near their guns.
That's the problem. We made them really awares.
Yeah.
They're super awares.
That's true. Maybe we should hide out for a while. Let it cool off for a bit. I don't know.
Well, we only have so many provisions.
Well, aren't you some kind of mountain man? Can't you hunt us some food?
Yeah, but we're kind of out. We're out of my hunting grounds.
Well,
I mean, I can try. I don't know. Do we want to go up and scout out a bit?
Seems like a good plan.
All right.
It's the only plan we got anyway.
Well, I'm feeling a heck of a lot better.
Another scouting expedition into the canyon?
Mm-hmm. But we go on the other wall.
But no killing, Mariposa. No killing.
Kick a rock off. Fine.
We're looking.
Okay.
Just looking.
Okay.
Put my guns in their holster. Hands up.
No.
And who is going this time? All three of you? Just two of you? Just one of you?
Well,
I don't know. I guess the three of us, maybe one or two other.
I still don't trust McCarty, so.
Mm-hmm.
Take everybody?
We have like 16 gang members.
Then it's not scouting. We're just going.
Right.
Maybe we should just go.
Should we risk it all?
Yeah, let's do it. It's what Kildred would have wanted.
You'll at least have backup if you get into another firefight.
Mm-hmm.
True.
At least we can run away with our horses.
All right. So the 10 of you with your 2 prisoners, that's Archie, Billy Bigtoes, Mariposa, Beatrice, your 6 bandit henchmen that you've recruited, and Ingo McCarty and the other prisoner, unless you actually did release him to the wilderness, begin to head down into the canyon. Going is a little bit easier and a little clearer in the day. You're not tripping over stuff. You're not having such a hard time with like deep sand pits or anything like that. And your horses, for the most part, are doing an okay job. But you get to a point where the path becomes too narrow for the cart.
Oh, no.
What are you going to do?
What do we have in the cart that's really important?
Prisoners, water, and I can't remember if you guys brought the box with the robot in it or not.
We did. It's I think always in the cart before.
Yeah, so that's there too.
Okay.
I mean, I don't care about this robot. I'll be honest with you.
I mean, that's, as Billy Bigtoes would say, that's an investment.
Is that what you'd say?
Yeah, I would say we could potentially sell that for a lot of money. I'd rather not leave it behind forever.
Yeah, it's a gosh darn robot.
How about we hide the cart? We can go find some trees maybe somewhere.
Aren't we in the desert, though?
Well, you're also in a slot canyon right now.
Yeah.
So you'd be backing the cart up the whole way to get it out.
Shoot. Is there any way we can wedge it through here?
No. You could
Okay.
take the materials off of it. Barrels could be rolled. Box could be dragged or carried. Prisoners can walk.
Right. It's just the cart itself.
Yeah.
Why don't we actually just
Alright.
use the cart as kind of a bottleneck? We'll know it's there blocking the way.
So you have it there as like a barrier or as a barricade if you need to fall back or something.
Exactly.
Okay, fair enough.
Or if they try to fall back, we'll know it's there too.
Right.
All right. Sure. We leave it there.
Okay. And you proceed forward. Okay.
Yeah, let's just fill up all our canteens and stuff with the water barrel. And then,
Mhm.
Yeah.
we'll, I guess, just leave the robot there. I don't see any reason to be like dragging it behind a horse.
All right, you continue on again. And after about an hour, you come around a corner and who's in front, I suppose.
Archie, the mountain man.
Yeah. I'm fine being in front.
Okay. You come around a corner, Archie, and you spot the flapping of canvas in the wind as you spot a sort of dusty, stone-colored canvas tarp that looks to be the top of a tent or a shade that someone's erected against the side of the canyon wall. And you quickly see a couple other, like, sticks of wood, more rope, canvas. It looks like there's some sort of little encampment built in here.
All right.
Check it out.
I hold up my fist to like slow everyone down.
Okay, and their military training kicks in. They all stop.
And I do like the weird finger pointing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
I mean, I think that's pretty universal, guys. Come on.
Everybody's seen those movies, so.
I seen them talkies.
Yeah.
I'll step off my horse.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take out my automatic pistol.
Okay.
And I'll attempt to tread lightly with my quiet step.
Okay. Roll me a slick.
Do I get advantage on this?
Yeah,
Okay.
you do.
14.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
You slip forward using the edge of the canyon for as much cover as you can, coming up towards these canvas tarps, and all you hear is the of wind blowing through the canvas. You don't hear any voices. You don't hear people moving around.
Okay. Based on the size of it, how many people do I think could be in there?
It looks like it could be a camp for 3 or 4 people.
Okay.
No, we killed 2. So
There's no horses around?
No.
All right. I'm going to grab the entrance tarp, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and just try to rip it down and point my gun inside.
And you rip it back. And inside you find a scattering of sleeping bags lying on the ground, various camping supplies, cooking pot sitting over a fire, a cold fire pit, rather.
Okay.
You see a couple backpacks set up to the side. And at the back end of the encampment, there are 4 wheelbarrows leaned up against the wall.
Yeah, this must have been where those guys we jumped. They must have been camping out here.
Well, we could use the wheelbarrows to move stuff around if we need to. I think Billy Bigtoes is going to see how much stuff they left behind and start getting the bandits to, start looting.
Sure. So as you come up, why don't everybody roll me a D66?
24.
24. There is a cast iron cooking pot of pretty good make. You look at it on the bottom and you see it's got a incorporation stamp on it. All right. Who else rolled?
I got a 41.
A 41. You find a box of cigars.
Ooh, very nice.
It heals you double.
You open it up and there is only one remaining, but you recognize the brand, Billy, that this is a very nice cigar.
Ooh, save that for a rainy day.
And what did Mariposa roll?
26.
26. Roll me a D6.
3.
3. You find a leather satchel. Opening it up, you find that it has a whole host of first aid supplies or surgical supplies.
Amazing.
This has enough for 6 uses and will heal D6 plus whoever is providing the care, D6 plus their wits.
Okay.
In terms of healing.
Dang, I really wish we hadn't blown up our doctor.
Dang.
I don't think he was that kind of doctor anyway.
No matter how many times he told me, though.
Lastly, at the back of this encampment, through a little tighter section of the canyon, you find the entrance to a cave.
Wonder if this is where they're doing their digging or mining or whatever they're doing.
It makes sense.
Seems like it.
I'm curious. If he skedaddled out of here so quick, I wonder if his men are left behind, the men he had indentured. Well, I'm going in.
Well, if we find indentured men, we can let them free and maybe they can even help us.
What are you going to do for light in this dark cave? Because last session you smashed your oil lantern attempting to hurt somebody.
Oh, yeah.
These guys, you said, had a bunch of camping supplies with them.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Even if we just wrap a tarp around a stick and light it on fire, that'd work too.
Yeah, you broke their oil lantern, but let's say you're able to find a pack of matches and supplies that you could use to make torches with.
Nice.
All right. Cool. Light it up.
Okay. You light your torch, the fire casting a dim light ahead of you as you begin to enter into this cave. And you find right away that the ground that you're walking on is flagstone. Looks like they've gone and actually like put flat stones in place so that you have a clear pathway here. They've obviously like chipped and chiseled parts of the natural caveway to widen it as well, out to maybe 2.5 feet wide. So wide enough for you to go through, but not to take a pack animal through. The wheelbarrows would maybe just kind of fit. And you go forward, and this pathway winds around through the dark until you get to this wooden support structure that seems to be holding up the ceiling, but also has like an opening in the floor that goes down. It's like a gantry or a platform with a space in the middle. And you see heavy ropes attached to a pulley system, which goes over to a winch beside the hole.
Okay.
All right.
So they're bringing up stuff up and down here.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously for mining purposes.
But what are they mining? We haven't seen actually like any coal or gold or anything like that, right?
No, nothing yet. Let's pop open this hatch. I want to look down and see how far down it goes.
Actually, yeah. Just on that thought, Shaun, Billy's just going to take a look at the wheelbarrows and like, I feel like if they were using these for mining, we could see some like dust from
probably
whatever.
Coal for the train. That's my bet.
Is it coal?
You don't find coal and you don't find gold dust, but the wheelbarrows all have blood and viscera caked onto them.
What?
These are weird miners.
Guys, they're mining bodies.
They're mining humans. No, that reminds me of something we heard, Archie. They were talking about getting rid of some no good, not helpful slaves that they had.
Yeah, there was some. Well, we saw them. We saw them with the dead bodies in the wheelbarrows. We probably rolled right past them.
Right. But this mine, I mean, they've got to be mining something other than bodies here. One would assume. I guess we'll find out.
Yep. Let me look down this hole.
Okay. You look down the hole and it goes down a ways.
Drop my torch.
Oh, that's
Let's
so
see.
dangerous.
Let's see.
The torch falls and lands on a wooden platform before it sputters and goes out. It looks like it dropped about 80 feet into the dark.
Holy hell, that's a big hole.
Does there look like there's like not like a real service elevator, but like a pulley system type elevator?
Yeah, that's what this is. There's like a winch that connects down to the platform below. It looks like you just have to bring it up to you.
All right.
Is it just like a skid, basically?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of assuming, like a wooden platform that you can lower.
Yeah, it's a Dark Souls elevator.
Gotcha. Okay.
Alrighty.
Now it all makes sense.
It doesn't go up, you said, right?
You'll have to bring it up. There's a winch here you have to operate.
Yeah.
But we're at the top floor.
How many people can fit on it?
We won't know till we see it. Might be really rickety as hell.
The hole in the platform ahead of you is about 10 feet by 10 feet.
Okay.
That's pretty big.
So it's
So a
sizable.
lot of us can fit on here.
All right.
Let's bring it up.
Okay. So you go over to the winch and you begin cranking, and this elevator begins ascending towards you until after a couple of minutes of manual labor, it is able to reach up to your level, and you lock the winch in place, and the platform just kind of like sits there, rocking gently on the ropes.
All right. Well, let's not test it too much. Let's take a few at a time. Go take a few of us down.
All right.
Who's going first?
I'll go.
Yeah, you got owl eyes or whatever, right?
That's true.
I do.
Yeah, I'll go down.
So Billy, Archie,
I'll bring a prisoner down with me.
McCarty.
Sure.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Okay. So the three of you step onto the platform, and some of your henchmen begin to lower the winch. I would like one of you, Archie or Billy, to roll a luck.
Oh, no.
Who's got a better luck?
Probably you. I have a -1.
I have +2, so 8 total.
Okay. You ride the elevator on its way down. It's clunking away. You get about halfway and you feel this shudder, and you all brace, like stare at each other with open eyes as you're not sure what that was. And then he continues to descend until it reaches the bottom.
That was disconcerting.
Maybe 2 at a time.
Yeah, was the shutter in the cave, or?
It felt like the structure of this machine that you're on.
Oh.
We're pushing its limits.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe 2 at a time. Felt a little janky.
Okay. Well, we put 3 at a time because we don't know about any of that.
No. Hold on. Benny, can you put a little note? Can you write on a piece of paper?
I can write.
You can write. You don't need to brag about it.
Well, I'll write a note then. So, yeah, just write a note that says 2 at a time.
Okay.
And you leave it on the platform.
Yeah.
Okay, you step off. They see the light of your Mariposa. You see the light of their lanterns step off the side of the platform.
Mm-hmm.
You give the all clear for them to bring it back up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, and the bandits again wheel it back up to you. A couple minutes later, it arrives. Who goes next?
We'll send some of the bandits down.
Fair enough. use them as guinea pigs on this next one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, 2 didn't work.
And I tell one of them before they go, can you look around to see if there's like a way to pull it back up from the bottom?
You got it, Mariposa. No problem. Just the 3 of us or 4 of us? How many you want to go?
I look at the note again.
Uh-oh.
Just 2.
Is this where we learned Mariposa can't read either?
Okay.
No, I can't.
2 of them go on.
Yeah.
And you're lowered. And they make it to the bottom safely.
Hooray.
You wait for the platform to come back up again. And there's another little note that says, 2nd winch down here.
Okay, good. Perfect. We'll just keep sending them down until it's just me and Beatrice then.
Okay. That means...
3 more times.
Okay. The rest of your bandit buds have made it to the bottom.
Nice.
And now it's just you and Beatrice.
Ooh,
All
romantic.
right, B. Do we trust these fools? No, but there's nowhere else to go but down.
Tell Beatrice to leave her sand behind.
Do we have any other choice?
I would never tell her that.
All right, the 2 of you step onto the platform, and someone from below begins to crank the winch. Go ahead and roll a luck.
I got a 13.
Okay. With a nary a jitter or judder or shudder, the platform makes it to the base safely. Your crew all awaits you here in the dark, and there is a tunnel, a wider tunnel that proceeds forwards into darkness. The cave walls here are hewn with what looks to be pitchfork strikes. So it's definitely been carved out or widened here.
Pitchfork.
Pickaxe.
Okay.
Pickaxe, sorry. And the floor, again, has been flagstoned or tiled with stepping stones to make it smoother to walk upon. Who's leading the way?
I mean, I've been taking charge the whole time.
Okay. You walk forward, torch held aloft again, and you come through into a much larger, wider tunnel. It runs left to right, and there is a train track running along it.
Oh,
Oh,
choo-choo.
hell. I did not think the train would be underground. That's crazy.
Well, we heard about this, right?
No wonder it's a hidden train.
It's all coming together.
I get it.
Yes, I told you it existed.
Yeah, well, shut up. I knew that.
You don't have to be right about everything, McCarty.
Billy's like never mean, but all of a sudden he's real gotten on his nerves.
I don't think he likes McCarty too much.
No, that's fair.
So you can only see a little ways with your torches. It appears fairly dark in either direction. There are these big, heavy, like wooden sleepers that make up the railroad and these iron ties. So it looks like really well constructed. And the walls here are like blasted out probably or carved similarly to the smaller tunnel. Which way do you go?
That's a good question.
First question. If a train were to come through here, would we have room to be on the side of it?
It looks like it would be tight,
It's not what I wanted to hear.
but you can see that with the irregularity of the cave walls, looks like every so often there is a space that you could get off to the side.
We could find a spot.
It's definitely not. It's not like it's 2 trains wide. It's
All
tight.
right. Well, using my keen sense of direction, let's head towards Glass Town.
Before we go
Okay.
all that way, just to reiterate the plan, we want to steal this train, right? So maybe
Hell
we
yeah.
don't take it all the way to town?
Yeah, but I feel like we've almost been found out, so we kind of need to snuff out these baddies who are around here.
I mean, they have a whole night on us if they left right away.
Yeah. I wonder if they hopped on a train.
That could be.
Shoot.
I guess we shouldn't stay here in the darkness, but I just don't think we should go all the way to like the end of the tunnel if we figure out which way that is, I guess.
I feel like we should just head down until we find something of interest, though.
All right.
Even if it's a good place to hop on a train or something.
All right. Do you want to go to the left or to the right?
This is like no way to tell.
Which way would Glasstown be?
That's a good question. You could roll a wits. If you have some sort of skill that has to do with navigating, you could combo with that to get an advantage.
I mean, I have my eye for detail, but I don't know how much that'll help right now in mostly darkness.
That could maybe give you some information about the tunnel itself.
Right.
If you want to roll a wits, I can decide how much to tell you.
Nat 20.
Wow.
Nice.
And a 2, so we'll put that 2 away.
Do you want a skill or an ace?
You have 2 aces?
How many skills can I have?
I think your max is 6.
How about, train tracker?
You're really good at tracking trains?
That's really good.
That seems very niche.
It's going to be helpful now.
You're like, I think train headed that way.
I would say if you're a train nerd, you're going to know some stuff about trains. So,
Are you a train nerd?
I wasn't before we came down this hole, but man, now seeing how grand it is, I just think it's so cool.
I just think it's neat.
So Mariposa, you notice that there are large wooden scaffolds supporting the tunnel above you at regular intervals. This seems to, be a reasonably smart engineering plan, given the breadth of the tunnel.
And I'm so impressed.
Yeah. Everything seems really well built here. Some stretches of the tunnel have had maybe spots where it was wider before, shored up with some of the material that had to be excavated from other areas, because you can see that there's these spots where it's like roughly mortared up and bricked up with larger rocks. And you can also see wedged in among some of these uneven bricks, human remains.
Oh. Are any of them have the arm pointed in a direction? Maybe?
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
No, nothing so flagrant as that.
So they just let them die down here. Damn.
Use their bodies as mortar.
So nobody knows which way to go, eh?
And McCarty pipes up, I think we are supposed to go to the right. I think that is the best way.
And if you're wrong, you bet your life on it.
No. But if I am wrong, we are alone in the desert, far away from where we intend to be. If I am right, I have saved you time in hunting down your goal.
Yeah. I don't care. Let's go.
Okay, so you start trucking to the right.
Yep.
Your group trundles along, everybody with their torches. And as you go, you see more of these scaffolds, more of these hollow areas that had been filled in with sandstone bricks. And you see the occasional scrap of clothing or hand peeking out from within these bricks of long dead, probably slaves used to construct this railroad. Their forced labor having done all this work. You go for about an hour when you start to see a little pinprick of light in the distance. And there's some wind, like a change in air pressure as this light comes into view. In fact, it's starting to to come really quickly. This wind, it starts to pick up, and your ears start to feel this popping sensation.
Train!
Yeah, I'm just motioning everybody against the wall.
Hug the wall.
Okay. I need each of you to choose a different skill. Nobody can pick the same skill.
Okay.
Grit, slick, wits, or luck. And tell me how you're avoiding getting hit by the train using that skill.
Mine's grit. Everything else is minus.
Okay, I'll take luck then.
Then I guess I'll take slick.
If you're grit, maybe you're like pressing yourself up really thin against the wall, trying to just like hold yourself totally steady. If you're using slick, maybe you're like trying to outrun the train to get to an alcove.
Oh my God, I'm so fast.
It's still in the distance. It's coming towards you, but you got to find a safe spot, right?
Right.
And luck, well, maybe something lucky happens.
I just dive onto the train tracks.
Onto the train tracks. Okay.
Oh, underneath the train?
Yeah.
You just hope there's nothing dragging under it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I just see like a little, like you say, like an alcove, and I just pull myself up as fast as I can.
Okay.
I pull up B with me.
Go ahead and roll a grit,
Okay.
Archie.
Got a 14.
A 14.
Oh, nat 20.
Oh, nice.
And a natural 20 for Billy. Think about what you're going to take there, your skill or an ace.
Train dodger.
Train dodger.
I'm going to have a lot of train-specific skills.
So specific.
And Mariposa.
I got a 13.
A 13. Okay.
If I need to re-roll that, though, let me know.
Before long, the train, you hear this high-pitched whistle as the air picks up pressure and picks up speed, rushing past all of you. The train inexorably approaches. You hear the vibrations of the rock around you as this heavy train trundles down the tracks. Archie's pressed up tight as he can be against the side wall. Mariposa and Beatrice have run hand in hand to trying to outpace the train and have found a little alcove that they can just squeeze themselves into. The other bandits running as well to try and find cover. It looks like they're doing okay. And Billy Bigtoes, lying still on the tracks, maybe he turns his cheek to the left to press the side of his head as flat as he can. And then this big black steam engine rolls over top of him, and car after car begins to flash past you. The outcroppings or the edges of the window shutters just like barely whooshing past Archie's face. A sheet of paper flutters out of an open window on a passenger car. A flyer brochure lands in front of Mariposa and Beatrice. Archie, you are watching out the corner of your eye, and you see through one of the windows, for like a flash of an instant, a man with a broad-brimmed, tall white hat sitting in a dining car. You're sure you've seen him before. Billy.
That's me.
As the train flashes over top of you, suddenly something hooks onto your shirt.
Oh my God.
And begins to drag you along underneath the train. The rail ties below you just like bumping against your back and butt as you're dragged along. I need you to make a very important grit check.
Oh, no.
I rolled a 5. I'm going to re-roll that.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, so that's an ace.
Unnatural 20. 18 plus 2.
Ooh, nice. Okay. You like reach up with a hand. You manage to pull yourself up, your back of your boots like against the rail ties as you pull yourself up into the space between two rail cars. You're straining to get yourself pulled up as a door opens beside you, and you see two men in the midst of a fist fight. Trevor, describe one of these men, and then tell me what your character looks like after.
Well, the other guy, he's a toothpick of a man. He's really scrawny. He's got freckles and dark auburnish hair, kind of curly. He looks quite nerdy. and cards are falling out of his sleeves as
Okay.
he's like flailing around with punches.
Okay. And what's your character look like?
My character, devilishly handsome. I have a derby on. It's tilted up a little bit forwards, and so it's like down on my nose. And he's got both of his arms kind of waving in front of his face, and then he just taps one punch out, and then taps another punch out, and he's beating the shit out of his nerd.
Yeah, you're right. He deserves it.
In the carriage where this fist fight is happening, the far door from Billy slams open, and you see multiple men begin to pour through, all of them wielding guns.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Well, thanks for listening to The House of Bob. You can help the podcast by giving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, by following at The House of Bob on your favorite social media platform, by joining us on Discord, and most of all, by supporting us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/The House of Bob, where you'll get access to exclusive actual play campaigns, director's commentaries, RPG articles, zines, and more. Right now we're playing Delta Green, me, Alex, Trevor, and Jeanette, so come on and join us. All the links are in the show notes. This show is made possible thanks to all of you patrons. We love you. Thank you for your support. Frontier Bobs is an independent production by the House of Bob and is not affiliated with the Den of Druids. We're using the game rules as published under the Frontier Scum third-party license. Art for this campaign is by Shaun Makes, and music is by Duke Albert, John Julius, Mike Hammock, and Shubert. Thanks again for listening, and roll on.
Yeehaw!
Listener, you're on the air.
Right. So
I'm having this
clap.
problem with my girl.
The clap?
That might
It's
not-
me every time.
That might not be you.
The train inexorably. Is that even a word?
Inexorably.
Inexorably.
What the?
Oh my God.
I thought you were lucky.
Yeah, I thought I got a nat 20.
You're just a meat crayon now.
Apparently.